Man, things are getting ugly between Mary Kay Cabot and Jarvis Landry. The ex-wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns, Jarvis Landry, claps back at Mary Kay. Basically, Mary Kay is calling Jarvis Landry a liar, saying that he put some misinformed information out about her good old pal, Kevin Stefanski. And Jarvis Landry had to clap back. So we have to revisit this because of the fact that Mary Kay Cabot is being messy. She is the one that constantly puts out misinformed information, and it's almost like the pot calling the kettle black. Jarvis Landry, he didn't go for it, so he basically exposed Mary Kay Cabot and said Mary Kay Cabot is basically a snake, and she does it for clicks and views, and we're going to talk about it. You are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sap. For today, man, we got to talk about how Jarvis Landry clapped back at the messy Mary Kay Cabot, and we're going to talk about it right after this.
Let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to top hits. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio stereo, bumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man. I got something to say.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say, man. Basically, I was shutting down for the evening, man. I was done with my production, and my timeline was flooded with Mary Kay Cabot and Jarvis Landry. Mary Kay Cabot right now is trending for the messiness that she has displayed in this Cleveland media and being an insider. And a lot of people are going at Mary Kay Cabot's head, and she is trending on Twitter. She's trending on Facebook. She's trending on IG, TikTok, and on the YouTube streets. And this thing about Jarvis Landry and Mary Kay Cabot is getting messy because stuff is resurfacing. All throughout the draft, we've seen what Mary Kay Cabot has done. We've seen Todd Monken shut her down. We've seen Andrew Berry shut her down because she has this so infatuated with this quarterback issue and what is going on with the quarterbacks in Cleveland. Never giving kudos to what Andrew Berry did in the draft. So as I'm shutting down, this thing is heating up and it's getting ugly between Mary Kay Cabot and Jarvis Landry. And I came across some clips. I want to show y'all what has transpired between Mary Kay Cabot and Jarvis Landry. You know, Jarvis Landry and Leonard Fournette and Joe Hayden got a podcast, 4th and 1, and they talk topics and, you know, they discuss some things with their time being with the Cleveland Browns. And the main emphasis of what they was talking about was Kevin Stefanski giving up the play calling duties. And Jarvis Landry said some things, and Mary Kay Cabot took it and ran with it and said he's putting out misinformation about Kevin Stefanski because she said we was there and we was covering it. And see, that goes to show you that she was protecting Kevin Stefanski, and Kevin Stefanski was the Cleveland Browns head coach. So Mary Kay Cabot made some gestures talking about Jarvis Landry's lying, putting out misinformed information. And Jarvis Landry, he clapped back at Mary Kay. So let's take a listen to what Mary Kay Cabot said, followed up by what Jarvis Landry clapped back on Mary Kay Cabot. Let's take a listen.
Jarvis saying that Kevin Stefanski, unbeknownst to anyone in Cleveland at the time, turned play calling over to Alex Van Pelt, but that did not happen. He did not turn play calling over to Alex Van Pelt. Just not true. It's just misinformation that is circulating. I mean, we were there. We covered the team back then. We watched. We know who was calling the plays. And if it had happened, then Kevin Stefanski would have said, I'm turning the play calling over to
My Cleveland, I mentioned something about the Stefanski thing and calling plays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was watching y'all's show.
Yes.
I was watching y'all's show.
Yes.
And now that you're right. Now that you're retired, right? You can say things, you know, from a different perspective. I feel like that was like a weight on me for some years, right? Because like I was carrying things, obviously, that happened in Cleveland, right? That I'm just like, man, damn, like, not that I need to say it to share, like to just share, but like it was like a weight on me that like, you know, we didn't keep our team together. As a leader at that time, I didn't speak because I felt like what you just said, like, you know, like I'm carrying the momentum of the team. I don't want to talk, and then y'all take like I'm talking about this side, or talking about that side, right? Which I love people in the Cleveland media, but some people in Cleveland media, they here for the drama. Yeah, they're here for the you know, turmoil.
Now you heard what Jarvis Landry had to say, man. And this is what a lot of people been saying about Mary Kay Cabot, man. You got to watch out for Mary Kay Cabot. What is Mary Kay Cabot's person? What is her personal drive with the Cleveland media and being an insider? I don't know who gave her that title as being an insider, but as former athletes and former players that been in the locker room and know what's going on, and for you, Mary Kay Cabot, to discredit what Jarvis Landry said and talking about he's putting out misinformed information, as much as the misinformed information you have put out there through the draft about Dylan Gabriel having an opportunity, he's going to shock the coaching staff. Everything that you have talked about, all the lies you said about Shedeur Sanders to protect Kevin Stefanski. Now that Todd Monken and Andrew Berry are shutting you out and cutting you off and serving you with a long handled spoon, it seems like you're reaching for anything. And I'm just glad that she's trending right now, because a lot of people are seeing Mary Kay for who she is. Mary Kay is not somebody that the Cleveland Browns need around this organization. If she's going to be a beat writer or an insider, man, she got to have limited access, because she's talking about Jarvis Landry putting out misinformed information. How much misinformed information has Mary Kay Cabot put out on the Cleveland Browns when it's surrounded around Shedeur Sanders? So you got to be careful. And I'm glad that Jarvis Landry, now being an ex-Cleveland Brown, I've always told you guys, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse, man. You know, a lot of things go on through the course of a season that a lot of athletes and a lot of players cannot discuss. And they wait for the perfect opportunity to discuss these issues. And that's why the problem is the new media is taking over. The new Cleveland is taking over. And see, this is a hot topic. And this is why everybody has a voice now. This is why everybody is going to the YouTube content creation space in the sports media and talking about things that they couldn't discuss when they was athletes at that particular time. But now that they have a platform and they using it to speak wisely, things start to triculate and come out. So everybody is calling out Mary Kay Cabot, not just us, not just me, myself, not just, you know, the people that are covering, you know, Shedeur Sanders, that is getting pissed off about everything that Mary Kay is spewing out there. But things are getting heated, man. Somebody got to put out the flame, man. And I hope Mary Kay Cabot takes heed to everything that's going on. I know she sees herself trending and people going at her, because Mary Kay Cabot is not good for the Cleveland Browns, man. It's not good for the Cleveland Browns. They need positivity, man. And I'm glad that people are coming out and speaking their opinion about Mary Kay Cabot. She's been doing this stuff long enough, and now she should be discredited, because now she's trying to discredit former athletes that been in the Cleveland Browns locker room and worked alongside of Kevin Stefanski. And basically, this was a hot topic during the course of the year when Kevin Stefanski relinquished his play calling duties. And now you want to say Jarvis Landry is putting out misinformed information? Mary Kay Cabot, you are the one that's putting out misinformed information. So you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.